So today I want to bring you a video on surviving prom in heels, or surviving the night in heels, or surviving any situation or event in heels, really, because you don't want to get there on the big day and then realize, oh my god, my feet are killing me. I have to take off my shoes. I have to sit down. I can't even enjoy the night and have fun. So these are just some tips and tricks that I recommend either bringing with you or doing before you go, so you can make sure that you'll be comfortable and have a great night, and not have to worry about your feet or about finding pain medicine or anything like that. So when it does come to heels on prom night, my first and biggest tip is to make sure that you break them in. Don't wear them for the first time on prom night. And what breaking them in is that basically shoes, the way they are, they can be very, very uncomfortable. They can have different pressure points that hurt you. Make sure that you're walking around in your house. Don't go outside and break them in, because what happens if you fall, or what happens if they, get scuffed up? You don't want to be wearing like scuffed up shoes to prom. But make sure that you wear them around the house, maybe on carpet or something, for 30 minutes to an hour, at least a week before prom, or at least for 7 days. If more, then better. Reason why is because everyone's feet are different. We have different foot shapes, and the way our foot goes in there, when you kind of break them in, it'll kind of put pressure on those certain points and loosen up the shoe to where you need it to be. If you need to, you can also put a huge sock on your shoe, on your foot, or like 5 socks, and then shove your foot into the shoe, and it'll be painful, but you can just sit there and watch TV and your shoes will slowly be stretching and breaking in. Of course, take the sock off and walk around in them on the carpet and stuff, and just talk on the phone and walk in your shoes with your socks on. Just make sure that you break those heels in so that on the big night you don't have these major pressure points. And if when you're breaking them in you find out that you do have blisters or there is a certain problem, you can pad them with little blister pads or put a band-aid on your ankle beforehand, so that at prom you know what's going to happen, what's going to hurt, what's not going to hurt, so you can be prepared. On that note, the next thing you'll want are these little foot pads, so that let's say that you realize that this part kind of by the heel is really, really hurting you. You can literally put this right in there so that it's not going to be as painful. Or let's say that this toe box is really, really tight on you. You can slip something like this right inside of there and pad that up. These straps do give you blisters. You can either put band-aids on your foot before prom, or you can line these. And I actually have a video on how to make killer heels comfortable, so instead of going into detail here, I will link you to that video. But just make sure that you kind of prepare your shoes before the big night so that they are as comfortable as possible. Also, another great tip to stretching your shoes is that when you're not wearing them and when you don't have them on your feet, be sure that they're still stretching. And the way I like to do that is take a sock and literally ball this up as tight as possible. Like, get this as tight as this sock can possibly go, and you want to shove this right into the tightest part of your shoe and shove it in and shove it through. You want this to be super, super tight, so that way when you're asleep at night, when you're at school, when you're at work, when you are not wearing your shoe, this is still adding a little bit of stretch and still holding the shape. Some shoes kind of stretch out and stretch back in. This is one way that you can make sure that even once you take your shoe off, it's not going to stretch back in. And again, do this a couple weeks before prom. Make sure that you're stretching it out before prom so that you're not rushing to get this done a night before. Next shoe tip actually has to do with your dress. And you've probably tried on your shoes with your dress. You make sure they look great, but make sure that you wear your shoes and your dress at the exact same time. And don't just try them on in the mirror and take a Facebook photo and look at how gorgeous you are. Make sure that you walk around. I want you to walk up and down your hallway. I want you to walk around the room or across the floor and see, is my dress catching on, the top of the shoe? Is something going on here? Because sometimes when prom dresses are really, really long and you're walking, have you ever had it where like you walk and you're literally tripping over your dress because it's too long in the front? Get alterations to your dress, or take a safety pin to make sure that you can pin it up and that doesn't happen. If it's a little bit too long in the front, you're not going to notice that when just trying it on. You literally have to walk circles to make sure you can do that, and try dancing. Like, put on some music, look like a freak in your room, and just have a little dance party with yourself in your prom dress and in your heels. But notice, is your shoe catching when you step to the right? Is your shoe a problem? Does it get caught when you try to walk forward? Make sure that you pin your dress up before prom so that you don't have that issue. Now that's if you've already altered your dress. If you haven't had alterations made to your dress, make sure that you let the seamstress know that you do need it to be a little bit lifted up in the front so that you can walk in your shoes. So try on your shoes and walk around the house with the dress that you're going to wear and pin up or get altered whatever is tripping or pulling or catching that could make you trip or fall. The very, very last thing that is optional that you can add to your prom survival kit is your roll-up shoes. And these are just roll-up flats. You can get these so many places. You guys know how many times these have saved my life. You know how much I love these. You can get these at almost any drugstore, any retailer. Just go and ask for like the little roll-up flats. And you don't have to bring them in their bag or in their original packaging. Literally just take them out and put them either in your purse or in your prom survival kit if you're wearing heels. Now, if you know that you can last forever in your heels, you have to really know that you can, then okay, then skip these. But if there's any doubt that you're going to want to take off your shoes or that it might be a little bit uncomfortable, be sure to put some of these flats in your bag with you so that way, you know what, if something does happen, if something does go wrong, you are going to be prepared and you're going to have fun. You can even slip these on under a table at dinner, either before or after prom, because no one's going to see your feet under the table anyways, but at least that way you can be comfortable. And then, you know, run back to the bathroom and put your shoes on right before prom. After dinner. So those are just my tips. I really hope that you guys enjoyed these. I really hope this helped you out if you were planning on wearing heels anytime soon. But I love you and I can't wait to talk to you soon. Love you guys. Bye.